Freddy Mak figure it all out? Freddy Mak, an independent voter, raised Muslim, landscaper, real estate agent, rideshare driver, divorced father of 3, and still looking for love, is just trying to make sense of it all. Can he do it? Well, he thinks he can, and he's looking for your help. From dating to politics, Freddy talks about everything. Get ready for a different take on today's hottest topics, because with Freddy Mak, not everything is black and white. Buckle up! Welcome to the Freddy Mak Show, where common sense and logic rule.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Freddy Mak Show, where common sense and logic rule. I'm your host, Freddy Mak Tack. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. How are you doing? You're asking me how I'm doing? All right, I'll tell you how I'm doing. I woke up this morning. My feet hit the ground. I was breathing. What more can I ask for? I can't ask for anything more than that, right? All right. Before we get started with today's podcast, please make sure you subscribe and follow Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. And of course, the YouTube channel. Do I need to pop up that little bubble that says subscribe and hit the notification button? Everybody knows I'm going to do it soon, though. I'm new to this, and it's unscripted. That's why I love doing this, right? Because a lot of podcasters that come on, they got their notes. Now, I might have some bullet points here so I don't forget to mention something because my brain doesn't work like it used to. And you'll see I'll go off on a tangent and forget about what I started. And then I'll say, well, we're going to end it. And then I'm still in it 20 minutes later. But who cares? It's the Freddy Mak Show. I can do whatever I want to do. There. How you like those apples? I'll just sit here and look at the camera if I want to. Well, no, we're going to talk about what happened last week. The election is over and done with. You all know my story. You've all seen my TikToks. You've all seen my old YouTube channels. I was never a fan of Trump. I'm a never Trumper. And then as time went on, when Biden decided to support a psychopathic genocidal maniac, I decided not to support him either. And moving forward, I don't support anybody who supports AIPAC. But let's talk about this election, right? Oh my goodness. I want to talk directly to certain people, but what was it about this election where people didn't show up? At least it appears that way. 15 million less people showed up for Kamala Harris compared to Joe Biden in 2020. That's bizarre. That's just really, really bizarre. My cousin Dave likes to think things are rigged, but who knows? Maybe he's a conspiracy kind of guy. Shout out to Dave, my cousin. Anyway, I just think it's really, really weird what happened this election. And Donald Trump actually got less votes than he did in 2020. But who came out to vote for him? More black people than in 2020, more Hispanic people than in 2020. And I don't care how many women showed up. That's disappointing, right? So let's talk about the three main things. I mean, think about it. Donald Trump at Madison Square Garden literally made a comment about, well, I don't know if it was him or somebody else, but he knew about the agenda. He spewed some ugly stuff too, right? Equating black people and watermelon. Puerto Rico being an island of garbage. And yet black people and Hispanic people voted for him. You know what made me become a never Trumper? When he said he's going to have a Muslim ban. I'm Muslim. Why would any Muslim vote for somebody that is going to ban their culture or their religion? I'm telling you, man, I don't care what anyone says. There are a lot of men out there, a lot of women out there having daddy issues, and they think that Donald Trump literally is going to save them. It shows how delicate the mind is and how it can easily be persuaded to believe in something. I don't care how much gas is. I don't care how much eggs are. I don't care if the presidents can control those prices or not. I am not voting for anybody who demonizes my culture and my religion. And if you voted for someone that demonized Latinos, demonized black people, demonized Chinese people, the Kung Fu virus, Why are you voting for such nonsense? Oh, I want my gas prices cheap. Screw women's rights. Oh, she's dying? Oh, so what? My eggs are cheaper though. Oh my God. What have we become? What have we become in this country? I had this thought yesterday and I actually felt it in my bones and in my soul. Can you imagine if everybody just got along? And I mean really, really got along. Like you can talk to somebody and you may not agree with what they say, but it just doesn't bother you. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, have a nice day. You want to go have a drink or coffee? Who cares? Okay, you're against abortion. I'm not. I don't care. Don't have one. Good for you. Good for you. Don't have an abortion. But anybody who thinks that this is a good thing for women, they are out of their freaking mind. They're out of their mind. Women are dying. Now listen, I get it. Sperm hits the egg. To me, that's my child. I don't care what anyone says. The genetic makeup is there. It may be microscopic, but it's there. Okay? And it gives me I get cringy when I think, I had a one night stand. I didn't want the baby. But again, not my fucking problem. Excuse my language. Not my problem. Why is it your problem? My next door neighbor right now could have an abortion and I could know about it. And guess what? I'm going to wake up. My feet are going to hit the ground. I'm breathing. I'm going to have my cup of coffee. I'm going to thank God I'm alive. You think I'm going to let that bother me? For what reason? You think I'm going to let it bother me? I don't buy eggs. I don't eat eggs. But let's use eggs for an example. That I got to pay $2 extra. I'm going to vote for a man who's a disgusting, filthy human being in Joe Biden and Donald Trump alike, so I could save $2 on my eggs? Where's our freaking morals and standards here? Where's our love for humanity and society? It's crazy. It is crazy how people voted and the genders that are the demographics of who voted. Absolutely just blows my mind. Like my head right now is like, it's like swollen on how people voted. So you all know how I voted. I voted third party, and I'm proud of it. And no one's going to make me feel bad about that. Nobody. Because we have a genocidal maniac on both sides, the Republican and Democrat Party. They both want to bomb the hell out of Gaza. They both want more money for Ukraine. I'm done with it. I'm absolutely positively done with it. And listen, I will give Donald Trump some credit here. If he indeed can stop the war in Gaza, I'll praise him. That doesn't necessarily mean I still think he's a good president. I just will praise him for being able to do what Joe Biden should have did a long time ago. Right? See, here's the difference between Democrats and Republicans, right? Or people who lean on the left. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit this, oh, wow, he made a good choice there. Good for him. He banned the bump stock. Good thing. His Supreme Court overturned it. They said it was unconstitutional. Listen, I'm not so dead set on voting for Democrats that I'm not going to praise a Republican if they do something right. It's going to be hard to praise Donald Trump because he's vile. He's a vile, disgusting human being. The things he said about Muslims, Hispanics, women. I mean, come on, people. Are you not listening? Now, there's a different reason why I hate Joe Biden. Joe Biden made some mistakes in the past, right? He asked for forgiveness. He apologized. He changed his ways. He progressed. That's a good thing. Republicans don't like to progress. They just don't. Plain and simple. But I will absolutely give Donald Trump credit if he can stop the bombing and the murdering and massacring of my people. No doubt about it. I will absolutely praise him for that. I don't think it's going to happen. You're going to tell BB Boo Boo, Yahoo, Mr. Yahoo what to do? Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. But this notion that Biden started these wars, it's a military, industrial complex. Am I saying that right? Industrial military complex. Yeah. It happens on both parties. They just love bombing the shit out of people. And people say Donald Trump didn't start any war. Sure he did. Sure, the Kurds and Syria, Iran, when our troops only had minor headaches, as they call them, when they actually had brain injuries, serious brain injuries. And how about drone strikes? No one thought he could outdo Obama. He did by over 400%. I think it was 450%. So stop with this notion that you voted for him because he's not a warmonger. They're all warmongers. And especially if you're brown, you're going to get bombed eventually. It's going to happen. Plain and simple. Now, as far as the economy goes, again, I kind of touched on this. If you voted that you think that Donald Trump is going to make the economy better, you're nuts. Just like a 2016. It didn't work out, folks. It worked out for the rich people. And yes, he dangled a carrot in front of you and got you extra $50 a paycheck. Woo! Let me tell you something. If $200 a month is saving your ass, you were in trouble a long time ago. Okay? Now, I feel bad for you, right? And that's where I say the Democrats do more than the Republicans because they want to give you tax breaks. They want to help you out, sort of, kind of, but I don't want to dissect that right now. They do a little bit more for the American people. Not as much, but just a little bit more for the American people. So to vote on the economy for him is weird to me. It's just weird because we all know what tariffs do. We all know what the tariffs did last time. The tariffs destroyed the farmers. Donald Trump had to bail them out. And that's when the inflation actually started to occur, was under his administration. But again, all this stuff is just like we're nitpicking. We're doing if you're listening, you know who, you know what that means. Cha cha cha, ba ba ba. But the economy's strong. Unemployment 4%. GDP is better than it's ever been. Inflation is at 2.5% right now. I just saw gas prices at $2.70. So mark this stuff down. So when a Trumpy comes, you say, look how the economy's doing. Just like when Donald Trump, 6 months into office, in 16, look how the economy's doing. It's doing great. Dude, you were in office for 6 months. You haven't even passed anything yet. It's Obama's economy. But this is what Trump does. This is his grift. This is his con. This is what he's good at. This is what he's good at, is taking credit for something he didn't do. It's mind-boggling to me. So if you voted on the economy, I'm sorry, it didn't work. If you voted on them taking your guns away, I'm sorry. They're not going to take your guns away. Both parties fearmonger, but the Republicans got it down to a freaking science. They got it down to a science. So anyway, yeah, it's been a crazy week. I was shocked to see the Hispanic, Muslim, black voters, the numbers, shocked. Absolutely. These people either are not listening to what he's saying or they just don't believe he's going to do it. It's just Donald Trump being stupid. Either way, he's a racist and a bigot. Why would you want to vote for someone like that? Weird. I don't get it. I think these people have some serious daddy issues because he says it. I'm going to protect you. I will take care of you. Bro, listen, I have a business. I was so busy the last 4 years, it made my head spin. The economy's strong. Look around you. Buildings are being erected everywhere. Housing is being built everywhere. The economy is strong. Record-breaking sales for Halloween the last 4 years and Christmas the last 4 years. There's nothing wrong with the economy. It always needs fine-tuning and tweaking somewhere. Always. Come on, folks, wake up. Now, what we do is now we just vote for people that we like. And if you like Donald Trump, EBGBs. Listen, I have people around me that vote for him, and we respect each other, and we love each other, and they're not MAGA. I know that. I just know they're not MAGA. I could tell by the way I talk, by the way they talk. They're just Republicans, and they vote Republican. That's great. You want to vote Republican, vote Republican. But there are thousands of Republicans out there in Congress and people that were surrounded by Donald Trump in his cabinet that said, no way, no how, we cannot have him run this country again because he's dangerous, and I believe them. Biden's dangerous enough, but Donald Trump wants to be a dictator, authoritarian, no question in my mind. The rhetoric is there, and people love it. I don't understand it, why people love it so much, but anyway, what you going to do? So I want to touch a little bit more on the abortion thing because I think this is really interesting. Jane Elliott is her name. I want you to look her up, and I want you to look up birth dearth. This is why Republicans are dead set on eliminating abortion and making it a national ban. They're dead set on it. I'm not going to go into detail on this. What I want you to do is look it up, do your homework, and make some comments. And let me know, have you ever heard of it? You've heard of it before, what your thoughts are. But the Republicans, this is why they are doing what they're doing. I'm going to try to give a little information without giving it away, because I really want you to look it up. And the next podcast, I'll bring it up again, and let's see who actually looked it up and commented on it. But the birth dearth, this is why they're against abortion. Try to put it together, people. The birth dearth. It's interesting. Look it up. It's very, very interesting. But here's my assessment now on this election. Okay, Trump won. It's real simple. You don't see Democrats, crashing Capitol buildings or starting insurrections or causing riots or causing deaths of police officers and, causing them to have heart attacks and broken bones and all that. I mean, when people look at January 6th and they say, he said it was a day of love, he's got a very warped sense of what love is. And everyone looks at that and says, well, that really wasn't an insurrection or attempt, but it was a breach. It was a breach of domestic security. I mean, is that the right terms I'm using here? I don't really know, and I really don't care, because you get the gist. It was crazy what these people were doing. They shit in the Capitol. They peed in the Capitol. They vandalized the Capitol. They kept saying, "Where's Mike Pence?" They had a noose out front to say that. Just acknowledge it. Why are you denying it? Why are you denying? It just baffles my mind that they're going through denial with this. But anyway, look up The Birth Dearth by Jane Elliott. It's actually a book, but Jane Elliott gets into detail with it. I may even put a link in my comments so you can take a look at that and see. But I kind of want you to do your own homework, because I think it's important that people do their own homework. Don't listen to me. That's why I do my own homework. This is unscripted. This is just common sense, and I can go look it up and say, yep, I was right. Simple. It's just common sense. It's just logical thinking. For example, tariffs. Everyone thinks that Donald Trump, when he implements these tariffs, that life is going to be great. No. Every economic expert out there, economists will say the tariffs that he wants to implement are going to cause inflation. People don't know what a tariff is. They don't understand what a tariff is. So if you think what a tariff is, write it in the comment for me and let me know. And we'll dissect that as well, because I think most people don't understand what a tariff is. Tariffs are going to be I understand the concept, at least I think I do. I mean, I understand what a tariff is. It's a tax. Simple. But I think the concept is for incentivizing people. Say, for example, myself, I have a landscaping business. So let's say I need mulch and I get it from China. Okay, silly. I can go, they make it in the state, they grind it up. But I'm just using that as an example. So I get my mulch from China. Donald Trump implements a tariff. I'm the one that pays the tariff here in the United States, not China. And the reason why he's implementing that tariff on me is so he incentivizes me to buy mulch here in the United States instead of in China. But at the end of the day, I want to buy China mulch because it's better. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pass that price on to my customers, and prices are going to go up. It's just common sense. It's just common sense. Donald Trump has dumbed down so many people. It's unbelievable. Now, I'm not saying that the Democrats haven't either. They absolutely have. There's no question about that. But you guys all heard my prediction that I thought that Kamala was going to win by a landslide. Wow. Was I surprised? I really was. I did not think. I thought to myself, okay, if she does lose, it ain't going to be by much. But she got literally clobbered. And I'm okay with it. Like I said, I didn't vote for either party. They got blood on their hands. And I got people trying to make me feel bad about that. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm just not going to feel bad about it. It's like if somebody murdered your son or your daughter because they just felt like doing it for no reason whatsoever, are you going to be friends with them if they're going to run for city council? They were your best friends for life, and all of a sudden they did a horrific act. Let's just say you found out that they're pedophiles, and they're running for city council. Would you vote for them? Of course not. See, that's why character didn't matter in this election, right? I think Kamala's a good person. I think she led a decent life. She's a politician, just like they all are, and they spew bullshit. But as far as her life goes, a decent person. Donald Trump has never been a decent person. But character doesn't matter. But yet they vote on character, and they like that fuck you character, but it doesn't work in the political arena. Sorry, it's just not going to work. That's not how it works, especially in the global economy. Not how it works. So I don't know what else to say. It's over and done with. And I said this before. And over a year ago, when I decided I am done, I'm not voting for Biden after October 7th. I'm done. I'm not voting for anybody that accepts money from AIPAC. Not happening. I told my cousin, I said, I hope Donald Trump wins. I actually hope he wins. And here's why. Because sometimes you have to crash and burn in order to realize where you're at and where you were going and how bad things really were. But maybe this country needs to crash and burn. Yeah, maybe it just needs to crash and burn right into the ground for people to wake up. Just like Trumpies who woke up in 2016 and said, oh shit, 2020, I can't vote for him, right? And he actually got less votes. My cousin, David, may be onto something here. I don't know. He was talking, where did those 15,000 votes go for? You trying to tell me that, or 15 million votes, people didn't show up? I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and quite frankly, I don't give a crap. If Donald Trump implements Project 2025 the way he wants to, and implements any of these tariffs, implements this national abortion ban and controlling women's body, you heard Charlie Kirk. Listen, if you haven't heard Charlie Kirk, Fuente. Was it Chris Fuente? Chris Fuente. I think what was his first name? Chris Fuente. Anyway, Fuente. He's a self-proclaimed a white supremacist, doesn't believe women should vote, doesn't believe women should work, they stay home, you have babies, all that great stuff. And he just did a video the other day screaming and yelling and smiling, your body, my choice, your body, my choice. We control your body, not you. We control it. You'll never get an abortion. You'll never be president. Never. Talking to women like this. And the women... Listen, they don't say the quiet part anymore, like through dog whistling. It is out loud in your face. They're saying the quiet part out loud. They're no longer hiding it. They're white supremacists. Listen, folks, Donald Trump was supported by the KKK and every white supremacy organization out there. Is that really what we want for this country? Do we really want to go back to that again? I really thought we were making progress, but listen, I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump in office was a mandate to get rid of that black president. Simple. Simple. He was obsessed with Barack Obama. He was so obsessed with him, he said he wasn't even American, and he keeps referring to him as Barack Hussein Obama. Ooh, scary. He's a Muslim. Ooh. Yeah. Speaking of that, we're going to talk a lot about Muslims, and we're going to go over the misconceptions that people really have about Muslims and who they are. They need to stop listening to the media. They need to stop listening to the Zionists that are on TikTok and just putting Muslims down. They're all terrorists. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. All right, folks. This is when I say I'm done, but I may keep rolling. Anyway, that's my outlook on the election. And if we crash and burn, which I think we're going to. Hey, listen, Nancy Pelosi once said, "This country, this nation can crumble to the ground, but we'll still support." Guess who? Guess who? Dearth! that's true. Give me an I, give me an, Israel. They'll support Israel no matter what. Then Nancy, go there. Go live in Gaza. Go. Oh, it's disgusting. And how many people in Congress have dual citizenships? Who are you loyal to? Where's your loyalty? It's a scam. America's a scam. We're being scammed. Patriotism is a scam. It's all a scam. And we're going to dissect it. Listen, folks, I love this country. I love living here. It's great. It's beautiful. It's got everything. But you can't tell me that I can't go somewhere else and experience the same thing without gun violence, without worrying about how I'm going to take care of my medical, how am I going to pay for my groceries. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. That's what I mean by we've been scammed. We've been told this is the greatest country in the world and everybody else is suffering and they're horrible and it's terrible. They can't live. Yeah, there are some countries that are bad, but we're bad too in many, many ways. In many, many ways. But we'll go over that. Listen, folks, thank you so much. Make sure you, again, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Send me your comments, your questions. You want me to talk about a certain topic to see what comes out of my mouth? Because like I said, everything on this podcast is unscripted. I mean, I'm like right here, I got like 4 bullet points, but not what to say about it. I have my opinion. So I'm like, oh, don't forget to talk about that. Don't forget to talk about that. Don't forget to talk about that. Right? It's just a reminder, like, abortion. Okay, don't forget to talk about abortion. Right? So anyway, that's all I got. Thanks again, folks. See you later. Next time, let's see how this goes. Now, real quick. Okay, here I go again. When did I say I was going to end this? I think I'm on 5 minutes ago, right? Maybe somewhere around there, 3 to 5 minutes. But after, I think one more podcast, we may talk a little bit about politics and the dearth. We're going to get into that. And then we're going to start getting into mental health, some good stuff, mental health, motivating yourself to reach that goal where you want. I was 230 pounds at one time, just not very strong. I'm healthier now, literally. People, when they say this, do they really mean it literally? Yes. I'm healthier at 61 years old now than I was at 40. Fact. No doubt about it. Just a fact that I'm healthier. So we're going to show you how to motivate yourself to achieve those goals, and we're going to talk about relationships. That's the big one for Freddy Mak. Relationships, whether it's gay couples or whether it's just good old-fashioned friendships with your guys and your girls, marriages, why they get divorced, why relationships don't last. So I love talking about that stuff. That's my thing. And of course, we're going to talk about mental health, not just for men, but for women and children, etc. And I am going to have an awesome guest on. I met her through TikTok. She's a Muslim sister, and she specializes in mental health, so I'll be having her on the podcast as well. All right, that's all I got. Peace out. Take it easy.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. Visit our website to connect with us on social media and learn how to become a guest on The Freddy Mak Show. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on The Freddy Mak Show, where common sense and logic rule.